Hello guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to cook Mexican tacos. Not the Americano tacos. I'm gonna try Mexican tacos because it's my first attempt. Maybe it'll do good. You can try following this recipe in real life as well. Alright, let's get started. First you're gonna get some onions and put them on hot oil. So that way they cook and that way the tacos to get a good taste afterwards. This video will be unedited for safety reasons. So pay attention. You're gonna cook the onion until it starts getting an oniony smell. Make sure you always turn on your stuff so that way nothing happens. I turned on the flashing light. Now my onion's stacked. Well, that's good. You're just gonna want to cook this until it gets a good oniony flavor, okay? So now just cook. Alright, start to jump. Once that happens, you get your steak, which is right here, cut beef. Put it in into the pan. Okay, now I need to hold this pan and cook it with my other hand. Okay, so you gotta make sure all the beef gets cooked well. Now if the beef is a little bit raw at the end, it's fine. You can eat beef raw, but not so raw. So now, I'm gonna cook it, cook, and cook. This is my first time actually cooking Mexican tacos. I've always only cooked American tacos. That's because I always found it easier. Alright, so we're gonna continue cooking because this is actually coming out really good. So now, since it is starting to cook a lot, I'm actually going to add a little bit more oil and turn up the heat a little bit. Now, if you're doing this, you will need super salvation. Since I am a girl, I can do it myself. I'm going to get some more oil. Open it. And very gently pour it over. Okay. Now it's not that much, just enough so that way you can cook easier. Okay, the lid is now closed. Alright. Go back and cook. Now cooking never really was for me since I'm busy having to take care of my brother who decided to move out actually. He moved out and moved in with Roy. Technically he moved in with Foxy. Then Foxy decided, you know what, I'm moving in with Mario since he couldn't handle being bossed around by Luigi. Now that's cooking, you're going to want to make a really good green salsa. Now the way you make this green salsa is you're going to boil 3 green tomatoes, tomatillos, and you're also going to want to boil 1 chili pepper. Now I don't do it because I already have one ready. So basically I already have mine ready and I will show it to you at the end of this cooking tutorial. And now you're going to want to get another pan so that we can set the tortillas. Can we follow? So, gonna need. Hold up, I'm looking. Alright. Let me check in my Oh, I found it. Now this is where you're gonna need your tortillas or tortillas. Ignore that sound. It was nothing. But you're not going to do that until the beef is ready. Oh, cameraman, tell me this doesn't smell good, actually. Okay, there you go. You know, this is actually coming out really good. Alright, and the trick for this technique is that you're going to cook it until all this juice gets absorbed. Until there's none left and you actually start getting more sizzling, that's when the beef is done. Really, you can cook it at any temperature, but I normally cook it until all this water or liquid is absorbed. Now I'm going to turn it up to high because this could actually take a while. I'm also going to get my chopping board ready so I can cut some lettuce so we can add on top of the tacos. Okay. Alright. This will also be for the end part. So stay tuned. Okay? Follow me. we come back to cooking the beef. And for being honest, the beef is actually coming out really good. Can you record more on top, please? Alright, yeah. As you can see, it's actually coming out pretty good. Now zoom out a little. Alright. Now, it can get a little bit steamy, so make sure you're standing at a distance from it, holding the pan so that way it doesn't move like I am. Okay? Now, I enjoy cooking very, very much, but it can be tricky and quite difficult. So, make sure you are an experienced cook like me. I'm not that experienced here. I mostly just buy spaghetti dinners. There's rare times when anyone will cook for me. Most of the time Luigi cooked, but I'm pretty sure that he won't cook for me anymore. Let me throw this piece of meat back in. Okay, it's coming out pretty good. I'm just cooking, and cooking. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my tortillas. Alright, I'm going to go get the tortillas now so that way I can have them also ready. Alright. Now, any type of tortillas works. I might have to get more because I didn't calculate that would be another 9. As you can see, the meat is starting to cook like I said earlier in the video. So that means it is almost done. Okay? You can hear that sizzling. It sounds so good. It smells so good. And it's so vaporizing. I love it. I love making Mexican tacos. It's so good all the time too. I need to add more oil. Remember, adult supervision if you are trying to protect a young person. This can be really, really dangerous, so watch out all the time. Adult supervision is always required, okay? Now, I am a trained professional, so... Well, not a trained professional, but you know, I'm kind of just like a normal cook. So I'm used to all this, adding more oil and stuff. Can we get a view from on top of the meat so they can see it? Yeah, it's coming out so perfect. You're going to want to leave all that underneath, so that way it gets more flavor. Now, it's almost done. Alright, come back down. Now I'm going to turn it off, so that way it feeds with all the flavor, with all the heat it already has left. As you can see, it's coming out really, really good, and I enjoy it. Alright, now your meat is complete. Okay, now you're going to want to start heating up this pan. Now, you don't want the pan too hot, or else the tortillas will burn your cooking. So, watch out. Alright, now this is done. You're going to gotta get one of these things at the store if you ever have a chance. Things you place hot stuff so that way it doesn't go on the counter and mess it up. Okay? It's pretty heavy for me actually. There you go. And tell me that doesn't look amazing. So now basically it's just gonna cook with the oils it already has. And yeah, that's your meat. Next part, tortillas. Now, I have a really good skill for tortillas. First, let me take my plate out here. Alright. Now you're gonna want to get we can just stand it. It's fine. Or if you're that type of person, you can sleep right here on the side, or you can just sit down on the floor. Up to you. Right? Like that. Now, I'm gonna go get lettuce. So that way we can have a side of lettuce. I think that is cabbage. That's cabbage. Lettuce. I think the cabbage and the lettuce are the same thing. Hard to tell. I think these are both cabbage. Let me go more deeper. Oh no, they're crappy. Here. Okay, now let me go deeper into it. Yeah, I found lettuce. It's a little bit, but it'll do. Alright. Now, to cabbage, you're always going to want to wash it first. There you go. cutting it, you're just gonna want to cut it in strips like that. Now, that one was pretty good, but there's not that much lettuce. So really, I'm kind of instructed here. So now, since that happened, I'm just gonna cut it thinner. Right, I need to borrow this knife again. Next, you're gonna want to get a strainer. A strainer will look something like this. It'll have holes on it, and you can put stuff in, and then put water. Now, I already washed the lettuce, but I always like to be double sure. So, I'm gonna put it right there for a bit. Get my lettuce, and just scoop it in, you know? So that way it all goes in nicely, and you can rewash it, so that way it looks even better, okay? Now, a lot of my cabbage fell out, but that's okay. You're gonna want to really carefully wash the lettuce. Okay, so it comes out all nice and nice. Okay, after washing your lettuce, you're not really gonna want this on your countertop yet, because it's wet. So, just leave it there to dry for a bit. And we'll check back on it when we're adding our toppings and toppings. Is a little bit hot, so you're gonna want to get ready. Now I don't have enough tortilla, so I don't know. I don't know if I can find any tortillas. Maybe. Oh yeah, we do have some. Big old pile. Okay, come on. Okay. So now comes the fun part. Making the tortillas. Now this part could be a little bit tricky if you're a beginner, so make sure you're following up. Here's a little trick that we do in our family. We put all the meat to the side, then we strain all the juice out of it. Right under. That way it looks like that. And now you have that room, you can put your tortillas in there and put them on the top. Pretty simple. Watch over here. Coming over here, you're just gonna wet it a little bit. That way it gets some nice little juices. So that way it gets a little bit of the meat flavor. Strain it. Now over here, pour it right there. Now the tortilla is cooking. Now, this is going to be pretty tricky for me to cook the tortillas. So I'm going to spat. Flipping. So that way it gets all those nice juices. Now, for these types of tortillas, you're going to need a plate so that way they can start coming out and you can start serving them. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, guys. This one. Oh no. Oh. Actually, you know what? Oh yes. They are good. Okay, then we're going to. Okay, anyways. So if you guys put the sauce boiling on, then what you're gonna do next? All the hot water, replace it with cold water, put a little bit of cold water in the blender, and then put one garlic clove, and then blend it all together until it looks like sauce. And then when that's done, then you're just gonna add a little bit of salt until it has that nice flavor, and then you're good. Now this tortilla is done, so I'm taking that on there. Next one, we're also gonna dunkaroo to this. Okay, dunkadoo, and just do this part. Now strain it. Put that over here. Yay! Okie dokie, then you're flippy. Now be careful when you're using a pad. This could stick. Okie dokie, this tortilla is also great. Next. Alright, don't forget. You guys see this process so much. Got some other one like this, so let me just lean back, lean. The tortilla is now run this back. Flip. See, I'm so happy. Now I am aware I was a bad person for leaving Ludwig the baby. But you have to understand, I need a vacation. So that's why I am now cooking in Portland. Yeah, I came to Portland for my vacation. I heard they sent the baby back to Ludwig, so I wonder how he's doing. I don't know if he gave the baby anyone else. Alright, now you're going to chill out for a little bit, turn it off just for a bit. Alright, now you're going to assemble the tortilla. Right? You're going to get some meat. That's enough for one. You need a little bit more. That's enough for two now. Then a little bit more maybe. I'm gonna grab that with my fingers. And boom! There are your tortillas.